What's going on, beautiful people? Today we have got the best Tiki Taka tactic, the golden Tiki Taka tactic, designed for PC, console and mobile, all three covered as per. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's start off by breaking down the PC, then we'll go over to the console. Change the videos a little bit. We're going to go back to testing with 4 teams a video over on PC, broaden the results, get more of an insight, and the first team is going to be the big team of the video. That is going to be Manchester City. We come out and we win pretty much everything, somewhat to be expected, but still really impressive stats regardless of that being said. The Premier League, the Champions League in 3-1 fashion over Napoli. I still need to get that name fix done. The winners in the Super Cup as well, we're going to take that. Runners up in the Carabao Cup and the Community Shield, meaning we have won 4 trophies in one season. Unfortunately, both of the English Cups were a bit of a disappointment, but other than that, still a very, very good season, and also lifting the Club World Championship Cup for some reason, not on this page, but we are going to take that as well, winning the big trophies, which is obviously needed. Premier Division-wise, Erling Haaland obviously tops the goals, Silva, 3rd place, highest average rating, Erling Haaland, and of course Bernardo Silva. Rank 1, Rank 2 and Rank 3 when it comes to assists, obviously in the Premier League as well. And of course, going over to them team stats, it is going to be the most points per game at 2.47, the most goals at 106, the fewest shots against at 155, the most shots at bang on 650, most possession, to be expected with a tiki-taka tactic, the fewest conceded, and the most clean sheets. Now, data hub-wise, it is going to be a very, very appealing 2.79 goals a game, 0.45 conceded, 17.11 shots per game, an 89% pass completion, and a 76.7% tackle win ratio. You've got to remember, we're not going to be scoring 4+ goals or anything crazy with a tactic like this, especially with the default variant. If you want to score more, do be sure to stick around for the entire video where we go through each variant. We've got 3 today as per. This is much more of a controlled possession tactic. You're going to have lots of the ball, lots of completed passes. You're going to dominate your games, but you're not going to go out and score the same as a very attacking 4-2-4, for example. But let's go on to the next team. Of course, before that, we'll watch some highlights. We actually 1-0 down in the Champions League final against Napoli, but we bounced back. We switched to the attacking variant, which is why I do say get all 3, because we literally transformed the game in one simple tweak. It's going to be Erling Haaland who does get us back in the game and actually leads the game for us with a fantastic penalty there. And one last goal in the 75th minute, Bernardo Silva driving at the back line, cutting in, cutting out, going across and going alone. What a finish. Up next is going to be Galatasaray. Now, I know I've got a fair few Turkish viewers on this channel. Hopefully we've got some Galatasaray fans. Leave a comment right now if you are a Galatasaray fan. Love it. We absolutely had a fantastic season regardless in the Turkish Super League, the Turkish Cup we're going to win, and the Turkish Super Cup. Unfortunately, the Champions League, I say unfortunately, we were never going to win it, let's be realistic. It's actually going to be Napoli, who obviously beat in the final with Man City, so a bit of revenge coming in there. In terms of the Super League, though, we actually had a very, very good season. Second most goals being scored for Icardi, first and second with the highest average rating, and Ndombele picking up the most assists out of anyone in the league. That is absolutely remarkable stuff. Team stat-wise, it is going to be very convincing. Most clean sheets, fewest conceded. Possession, second place by 1. Fenerbahce obviously play that style of football, so we were close to them. Not rank 1, but still very impressive with 64% of the ball. Most dribbles being made at 662. The most shots, the best pass completion, the fewest shots against, the most goals, and the most points per game. We've pretty much ticked every box bar 2. One of the most convincing seasons I've ever seen in Football Manager. Data hub-wise, it is going to be very appealing at 2.74 goals every single game, conceded at 0.5, bang on 17 shots a game, and 90.79% pass completion, and a 77% tackle win ratio. It's looking good. And just the 1 goal in the Turkish Cup final against Besiktas, and it is going to come from none other than Icardi from Zaha. Takes a touch and a hit. We'll take it. That's 1. I've seen a lot of comments saying, Josh, where are the Sunderland tactics? Make one for Sunderland. Now, I don't know if you meant the Sunderland manager or just test with Sunderland. So I'm going to test with Sunderland what we've done now. And we had a fantastic season over in the Sky Bet Championship. Not the best in the rest of the cups, but am I fussed? Not at all, because we absolutely run away with this championship. We'll kind of run away. It's a decent point advantage. We only lost 4 games out of a potential 46. Second and third when it comes to the goals. Jack Clark, I believe. Any Sunderland fans comment if I'm wrong. One of your best and the fans' favourite, I want to say. Average rating, rank 1 and rank 1 for Roberts when it comes to the most assists, and Patterson picking up the most clean sheets, so not too shabby at all. Team stats are going to feature on a fair few. Most points per game, most goals, no. Leicester have got an incredible team in the Championship. We weren't far behind, obviously. Unfortunate not to finish rank 1, but it is what it is. What we did finish rank 1 in is the fewest shots against, the most possession, the best pass completion at 61%, the most clean sheets, and the fewest conceded. And this is where it gets very tasty, because if we go down here and we look, we actually put together, there's so many stats. Where is it? There are so many stats. I'm looking very, very stupid right now. Let's go to the attacking side where where is it? Here we go. Passes completed. There we go. We come in with 28,573. Over 28,000 passes in the season, close to Leicester obviously in rank 1. That is utter dominance, and the fact we had the best pass completion and the most possession really sums up the sort of game plan this tactic provides. Data Hub is going to be very appealing at 2.15 goals a game. Again, don't be put off by not scoring 3-4 goals a game. You can with the attacking variant, but with this is much more controlled, tiki-taka, side to side, wait for a patient opening and exploit it when you can. Low amount of goals conceded per game at 0.72, over 11.8 shots a match, a 79% tackle win ratio, and a 91.26. What a pass completion that is. Incredible. Last game of the season, Jack Clark turned up big time. Bellingham goes through. That is going to be into Rosen, who plays it across into Clark to make it 1-0 inside of 30 minutes. And he goes a bend just after half-time, I believe, in the 47th minute, 46th minute to be exact. Bar down the right-hand side, a ball in. He leaps above everyone and tucks it in. There's still 2 goals to come. Don't you worry, Sunderland fans. I treated you nice on this video. As we build up again now, down the left, through the middle, into Mundle. He's going to cut it across, and it's an easy goal, but a very well-created goal. A beautiful bit of play, using the wide area, dragging it back into the inside, and that's what you need to do. A great bit of press there coming in from Hamir, who's going to go alone on this one. He goes. Awful goalkeeping, but we'll take it. Lastly, we're going to test with Crew. Obviously, definitely the weakest team in the video, or are they? Because we had a fantastic season here within the Bristol Street Motors Trophy on penalties against Colchester, and the Sky Bet League 2, we actually took over big time. We only lost 3 games. Yes, we did draw 11, but still, getting a job done with a team like Crew. Chris Long with the most goals. Second place when it comes to Charlie Kirk coming in second place and picking up the most assists. Our goalkeeper maintained the most clean sheets, and just this season alone with a team like Crew just shows that you can play this way of football even with the really low down teams. Team overview, we are going to be featuring quite a fair few. Most points per game. Goals, we are going to be down in 4th. Now it is down to the quality of team we've got. We're not going to outscore Colchester, Wimbledon for example, but still quite a convincing 4th place. Possession wise, we cleared everyone. 65% of the ball, fewer shots against, the best pass completion, the fewest conceded and the most clean sheets. And of course, going over to that team detailed, we can see here we actually maintained, again, rank 1 on this occasion, 28,498 passes across the season. Now, of course, going over to the general performance, just over 2 goals a game, way under a goal conceded, though, over 12 shots a game, a 78% tackle win ratio, and a 91% pass completion. This tactic cooks with the high-level teams, the mid-teams, and the lower teams. You need to get it. Show a convincing game of the season is against Forest Green, a home game and a very comfortable 4-0 tie. Kirk goes through and simply does what he does best. Tucks it into the bottom right-hand corner. No questions asked. No doubt in my mind whether he's going to score that. He then puts in an absolute wonder ball in. It's very scrappy, shocking defending from Forest Green, but we're going to take the goal and run with it. We really are. Third goal coming in now down the right-hand side into Tracy, down the right, into the middle, into long. We've got to take it. Again, these goals look so simple because the tactic makes it look that simple. Very free-flowing football, beautiful passing, nice and simple, give and go. And look at that. We're doing it with Crew. You need it. Now, of course, in the video, we do make this for console and mobile. Now, what I've noticed with the mobile, the views sort of drop off in terms of the watch time when I showcase the mobile results. So we're going to go with the PC and the console in the video. Obviously, you can DM me on Discord, join the Discord, Twitter, and come and see the console tactics as well. But they don't perform that well in the video, so we are going to showcase the PC and the console. And as you can see, on console, we absolutely took over. With Bayern Munich winning the league, winning the Pokal and the German Super Cup. The Pokal we actually won in 2-0 fashion against Wolfsburg, and the Super Cup in 4-2 fashion over RB Leipzig. And the league wasn't the most comfortable, I'll be honest, obviously only a 2-point advantage, but Hoffenheim had a remarkable season. How they are even up there, I do not know. Data Hub wise, we are going to look, it's going to be very good at 2.03 goals a game, 0.74 and 90% pass completion. And I can say after going through a fair few games of batch of like 10 to 15, the average possession is around 64% on console. So definitely if you're on console, get it. And if you're on mobile, come and join the socials, come and join the Patreon, where of course you can get all the tactics. That's where you want to be. Trust me, it cooks on all platforms. But of course, now to the tactic breakdown. Golden Tiki Taka, free three variants today, one very possession orientated, one a bit more attacking, and one ultimate possession where you're simply just going to try and frustrate the opposition. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like, it helps the video out massively. Let's try and hit 70 on this one. If you do want to show some support to the channel and get over 13 perks, you can come and join the Patreon like these wonderful people here who have unlocked these perks right here. Absolutely tons of stuff, including access to all three of the tactics. You get the tactics early, you get the console, of course, you get the mobile tactics, because obviously I have to make them exclusively for you boys. You also are going to get access to the giveaways. Last month we gave away a prize total of £250. We're going to match that again this month and give away something more, because you guys support me, I want to support you back. You can join with a link in the description, or looking on the screen right there where you can see the pop-up. But let's go through the golden Tiki Taka. So it is going to be a super keeper coming in simply on support. The wing back on the right is going to be a little bit of a different one. He's going to be on tackle harder and mark tighter. Not too much emphasis on him getting further forwards and really creating, although it does say that. I'm not going to tell him to cross more often, for example, because I want to have as much possession as possible. Meaning the left back is going to be literally identical. Two ball playing defenders come in simply both on the default. Again, I do not want these dribbling more. I do not want them going up the field too crazy. No liberos in this system, I can say that for sure. So quite a composed back four to simply do their job. A DM comes in simply on support, on tackle harder and mark tighter. Very similar to the wing backs, to be honest, in the sense of the instructions. Just do your job. Nice and simple. I sound like Roy Keane now. Just do your job. Nothing crazy. Keep it short and sweet. A central midfield player comes in on support, on get further forwards, because the Mazzala next to him is only on support as well. So we need him getting further forwards to provide the quality and obviously the assist for the front three, which is why he has that instruction on. The Mazzala comes in next to him on support, simply on a default. No, I've not forgotten to add instructions. It's because they already provide us with 4 default ones on get further forward, stay wider, move into the channels and roam from position. And the great thing about this is the inside forward is going to come inside, as it says in the title, and the Mazzala is going to replace him out wide. Speaking of the inside forward, it is going to be on attack, on roam from position, and sit narrower. That's going to be exactly the same for the left-hand sided one. And to finish it off in the tiki-taka system, you're going to have a false 9. They don't really work in FM that well from what I've gathered this year, so I've gone with a complete forward on support, simply on the default, because once again, he has 5 default instructions, which gets the job done. Let's go to the team instructions. Custom tiki-taka on the positive mentality. We are going to go down to fairly narrow. We're going to play out from the back. You guessed it. We're going to go to much shorter. We're going to leave this in the middle at slightly lower. We're going to dribble less, and we're going to work the ball into the box. And of course, with a Josh Daly favourite, we're going to go with the low crosses. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, this is possession. That's possession. Simple as that. You are going to dominate the ball with these team instructions. Much shorter, a lower tempo, dribble less, work ball into the box, playing out from the back, tick, 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 tick. Everything's going to cover it. You're going to dominate the ball. In transition, we're going to opt for counter press, hold the shape, distribute quickly, play to anyone across the back line while taking short goal kicks. Again, I cannot stress enough, do not have counter on if you want to hold the ball and have good levels of possession. You can leave it unticked, but if you want even more possession, have hold shape on. And lastly, to really get this tactic cooking, we are going to go with the high press and line of engagement. We're not going to go with standard. We're not going to go with lower. Oh, wait, I'll waste time. We're not going to go with high. We're going to go with much higher when it comes to the team instructions. We're going to go with more often and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. That's going to be your default tactic. Do stick around because I used all 3 of these. Let's get into the attacking one. So the attacking variant will still maintain good levels of possession, but not as much, but you are going to score more goals. So if you want to sacrifice a bit of possession for a little bit more goal outlet, this is for you. The goalkeeper does remain exactly the same. The wing back on the right is now going to go on attack as the left, both on tackle harder and mark tighter. Not too much of a change, just a little bit more when it comes to the attacking side. They are going to push up a little bit more. Both of the ball playing defenders are also going to be on dribble more, meaning the back four has got a very aggressive side as well, so you also might be a little bit more vulnerable when it comes to counter attacks, but considering how good we are at holding the ball, that rarely happens. A Roman playmaker comes in midfield on support instead of obviously that DM, a bit more progressive, roaming about, picking up the ball side to side, linking up the play on tackle harder and mark tighter alongside the other 2 default instructions. A central midfield player comes in on attack, on roam and move into channels alongside of the default get further forwards, and next to him is going to be the Mazzala on attack. So again, a very sort of composed midfield, just a little bit more attack and minded now. And speaking of attack and minds, the inside forward on the right and the left literally remain exactly the same, so nothing to talk about there. And because we're going for goals now, we are of course going to use the best role in the game, the advanced forward on attack. to the team instructions. So again, custom Tiki Taka on the attacking mentality, fairly narrow, overlap left and overlap right are going to be the only real big changes there while playing out from the back. We're going to go shorter with that slightly higher tempo, moving the play up a little bit quicker, getting a bit more aggressive, be more expressive is going to be on as well. This never changes because I don't want to be running at the players, because then we're going to be more of a counter-attacking team than a possession-based team, work ball into the box, and of course low crosses. Just to clarify, I'm going to trial having this in the videos now where it's all pre-selected for you, because I've seen a few comments saying, look, why is it just not selected for us? We can't see it, you're wasting our time. So I'm going to try it like this, see what happens. Let me know in the comments if you prefer, let me know if you prefer it like this, because I'm trying to make the videos as good as possible for you guys. Going over to the in transition, we are going to talk, that is going to be counter press, hold the shape, distribute quickly, play into anyone across the back line while taking short goal kicks. And lastly, out of possession, the much higher defensive line, the high pressing line of engagement. So again, we are really maximising how we're going to be playing now. Much more often, prevent short goal distribution, and of course, get stuck in. That's going to be your attacking variant. Now for a tactic to defend your games out or to play a very controlling way of possession. And that's going to be this one. It's titled as a defensive tactic, but to be honest, you can use this going into any game, but you will not score as many, but you will probably average literally about 70% possession because it is nuts. The goalkeeper does remain the same. We then go with two inverted wing-backs on this occasion. So again, I know not every team can play this. You might not have the inverted wing-backs at your disposal, but if you have, I would highly recommend getting involved with this. Tackle harder and mark tighter on the right and the left-hand side. Two default ball-playing defenders. The DM comes back in on pass it shorter, tackle harder and mark tighter. The central midfield player comes in simply on support, on take fewer risks, dribble less and pass it shorter. The Mazzala, support, pass it shorter. You probably guessed it by now. There's a lot of pass it short is going to be happening because we are playing the ultimate control game. When it comes to the inside forward on support, pass it shorter, roam from position and sit narrower on the right and the left-hand side. And the complete forward is simply going to be left to the default. Again, going over to the team instructions, all based off the custom Tiki Taka on the positive mentality. Fairly narrow, playing out from the back, much shorter, slightly lower. Be more disciplined, a key in this tactic, because we are simply trying to pass the ball around and be ridiculously patient and not force anything. Dribble less, work ball into the box and low crosses. In transition, it's going to be counter press, hold the shape, distribute to anyone across the back line while taking short goal kicks. We're not going to opt for a sort of slow the pace down approach because we're doing that anyway by the way we're playing, so we don't want to go too overkill. And lastly, the much higher line is not going to be part of this. The higher defensive line, the high pressing line of engagement more often and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And that's going to complete for you boys 3 variants of the golden Tiki Taka tactic made by yours truly. If you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Keep the comments coming on any future tactics you want to see. Check out the Patreon for over 13 perks and the mobile and the console tactics and the massive giveaways. And I'll see you in the next one.